Hey everybody on YouTube, Hella Bella here. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to make a sales update video for April, but I'm going to just put in all of my streams of income and do it all in one video because I feel like it's more efficient for me this way, and I really don't have a lot to talk about in any one area. I just kind of want to keep this going and keep you guys informed. So let's look at merch first, since that's what everybody tends to ask about and pretty much is obsessed with. Which for good reason. Merch is really one of the, I guess, hot topics in the last year or two in reselling. So in April for merch, I had $914.20. Usually this will be adjusted, so it could be a little more, it could be a little less. And since they are starting to charge you for your cancellations, I think I've only got hit with like 5 returns in the last week. But one of the problems with that is, you don't have any quality control, and you're getting these returns, and that's because Amazon is more or less delivering a shit product to customers and kind of hoping that they don't get mad about it. But the fact of the matter is, I've ordered these shirts and they smell like vinegar whenever you get the shirt in the mail, and the screen printing is very poor quality. And I hate to be a downer, but it's just not, they need to do some serious revisions in their quality control process, because I've heard about them more or less totally messing up a design, or it's supposed to be on front and back and they would only put it on the front, or they'd only put it on the back. So lately I've stepped back from merch a lot, which some people will probably think is sort of silly because I'm making so much money with it, but I have to keep myself entertained with whatever business I'm running. So even though at my antique booth I'm not making a ton of money, I've still had a lot of fun doing it. So even with that, I think I made like, I don't know, a little over $100, maybe $150 profit this month doing that. But it was just so much fun. So I may make a separate video about the booth because it's only in its second month. So, but anyways, yeah, this is merch. As you can see here, 12 shirts, 8, 12, 15, 14, 9, 5. That is kind of how things are going for me. And I do notice that several of my shirts sell a couple times a day, and then I have some that are random, but pretty much it's the same collection of shirts selling over and over again. The last 7 days have been good, $271. That's in May, so that's pretty good. Looks like I'll probably have a good, maybe even $1,000 May. That'd be pretty great. It came pretty close in April, but yeah, that's just is what it is. So let's go look at FBA, because that's really my second source of income. So for April, FBA revenue, not profit, revenue, was $2,563. Profit, I really couldn't even tell you. Probably less than, probably 50% of that, maybe. Let's see where the revenue came from. If you go to the bottom, you can see which categories I sold in and which, which accounted for the most of my income. So books were 63%, almost 64%, $1,600 of that was books. Home improvement, a couple of toys, some electronics. So for the most part, all books. Sorry about that beeping noise. That's my washer and dryer going off. But yeah, but my ASP was a little higher, $21.54, so pretty good ASP. I couldn't even tell, like, honestly, all I can remember selling on Amazon in the last couple of weeks has been books, records, and a few new in the box things from like that I found at the thrift store. Like I sold some air filters or something like that, and some light fixtures, and just a couple of random things. I'll probably try to make another video about a what sold video for Amazon, and kind of let you guys in on some of the sales that I've been having. I will say I had a really good sale. I had a book that I bought for 50 cents sell for $195. So I was just like astounded at that. I mean, it's just it never ceases to amaze me how much money there is to be made on Amazon. I've actually seen a couple of videos lately about people talking about how Amazon books are saturated, and I'm like, okay, if you really think that, it's definitely a case of like, okay, a book that you used to be able to get $11.99 for, you now can't even get that. It's more like a $7 or $8 book. But at the same time, if you're coming across those books that are rare and there's not that many in circulation, or the topic is highly specific, you're gonna make money off of it. I just sold a book on like rabbits or something like that, and I sell books that are, you know, just obscure. So that's what you want to be looking for. You want to be looking for interesting things, because I mean, think about what creates competition is how many of these items are in the world, and then how many people are trying to resell them. And so when you get something that's so weird and obscure, the price goes up because you're one of the few people in the world who has a copy of it. So I try to just think about it like that in terms of supply and demand. So that is merch, and I've told you about my antique business is going good, and I've told you about FBA. So I guess we can look at Airbnb. I'm gonna do a big update video for May, because you guys, I've been fucking killing it on Airbnb in May. I don't know what's in the water, but people are coming to Florence. It's been unreal. So this is for the year Airbnb 2256. Not amazing, but I think it'll probably get close to around $6,000 by the end of the year, because first of the year I wasn't renting. You can see I did no rentals in January or February. March, April, pretty low, but May it has really picked up, and part of that is because I'm now renting my whole house for $110 a night, or my guest room for $60 a night. But what happens with the guest room is that, like, say I'm just chilling here one evening about 5 o'clock, I'll get a booking for that same day, and they'll want to stay here. So I mean, they won't get here till 6 or 7 at night. They sleep here and they leave. So I mean, it's just been so, I don't know. I had to change my mindset, but I really think that it's contributed a lot to my income. So we'll look at April of 2018, and $291. So that's kind of when I was like, all right, I think I'm going to start hosting again. Let's just see how it goes. And these were all for my guest room. In May, I put my whole house on the market, and check this out, guys. $1,111. So far I've gotten $680 of that. I just had guests leave today. And in the rest of the month, I have $431 in bookings. So I'll probably get more than that by the time the month's over with. I expect to do probably close to $1,500 by the end of the month on Airbnb. And this is more or less, they charge 3% in fees, and then they charge, well, they don't charge, but I have to pay for like essential toiletries like soap and shampoo and conditioner and some breakfast things. But I would say less than $10 a guest, or $10 per stay for stuff like that. Really, even probably less than $5 when you count every little thing. But of course, I'm already paying for a house and utilities, but to me those are more like sunk costs, because I'm gonna have to pay for those regardless of if I rent the house or not. So yeah, so that is another way that I make money. And actually we could look at Printful Etsy integration, I guess. Let's see, there it is. Yeah, so this profit in the last 28 days, $87. Not anything to really write home about, but it's not too bad either. That's my Etsy shop slash Printful, whatever you want to call it. So there's a little bit of money coming in from there. And then the other way that I make money, let's see, I do Facebook Marketplace flips. Here lately, I've been grabbing things from an auction and selling it on Facebook whenever it's kind of a hassle. I don't know if it is what it is about making. The more money you make doing this, the more you realize little things are not worth the effort, like dragging a piece of furniture home to make $25 off of it, because you're just like, the man hours and the time and the effort is not worth the $25. You're like, well, I could have just scanned in 2 books and been done with it. So, one thing that I more or less have preached on this channel is that you really have to get some help, or you have to channel your efforts into one thing, because it seems like I've been scatterbrained for the last couple of months, and that has really, you know, I won't say that it's hurt me, but one thing I'm trying to do is zero in on real estate right now, and Airbnb is kind of more or less proven to me that I can make this actually into something really big, especially when you think about a $1,500 from revenue for one property. Like, that's my house payment for 2 months on a 15-year loan. So I'm thinking about getting another property in the next couple of maybe months or maybe a year from now, getting a cheap, maybe a foreclosed house or something like that, and starting to rent it on Airbnb. And maybe it could eventually be flipped. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but I feel like that's the transition that I'm going to be making. I will say that textbook season has been good so far. I have some very, very nice textbooks on the way to the warehouse, so Lord willing, they make it there. I should see a pretty big uptick in sales in about 3 or 4 days. I noticed that a lot of my textbooks that got there say they're back ordered. I hate when that happens, because you know the book is in demand and then it's nowhere to be found. They're shipping it somewhere else. So but yeah, I have Airbnb, I have an antique booth, I have merch by Amazon, I have Amazon FBA, I have Printful Etsy integration, I have pennies that come from my YouTube channel, and I have Facebook. Eventually, I want to have like so many streams of income, because I just think that in this day and age, you really can't rely on any one thing. Any of these could tank. Oh, I forgot eBay. So nearly 10 streams of income. eBay is pretty good for me. I guess I'll probably do $500 a month on eBay with all the... What will happen on eBay is I'll find something that I want to sell on Amazon, but it's either gated or it's too used, but it's still usable. Most of the time it's just gated on Amazon, so I have to move it on eBay. But yeah, and the flipping from eBay to Amazon and from Amazon to eBay, you guys should look into that, because you can make money just buying shit, having it sent to your house, and then selling it on another platform. It just is really astounding. Like, I know to be a reseller, you kind of have to be a little bit scrappy and very resourceful, but at the same time, like, it's hard to not be able to make money doing this. Like, I feel like you just have to be, like, kind of fucking stupid, honestly. That's kind of douchey, but I just feel like there's so many ways to do it that if you try one and it fails, try another one, try another one, try another one until you figure it out. But all of the people who are, you know, saying, I tried X, it didn't work, I guess I'm going to go back to my job. I'm like, well, go back to your job then, you know? If you just want to get paid the same amount and never have a increase in salary and be someone's slave every day, then have fun. Good luck out there. But you guys can say, I'm in a mood, you guys. I'm just going to tell you I'm in a mood. But everything's good. Life is good, you know? Being a reseller is good. I'm actually... Need to see what time it is. I may have time to go to the library. It's 3:42. I don't think I'm gonna get to go. I just joined the YMCA, guys. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm getting back into weightlifting and running, and they have a pool and a sauna and a steam room and a hot tub and like a track, and I'm just like, bet this is so much fun. But yeah, follow me on Instagram. I think a few of you guys follow me on Instagram. I'm at Bella Stay Fly. Please don't make fun of me. Bella Stay Fly on Instagram. And I just post, I post some stuff about reselling, but I post more personal stuff about my life and I guess my journey, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's probably enough ranting for one day. But that is April in a nutshell. Pretty good money in April. I have been looking at my finances and trying to cut costs because I spend so much money on food and alcohol. I'm trying to work on that this month and cut back. But I am going on a sourcing trip to Franklin, Tennessee this weekend. I believe the Friday and Saturday, maybe it's like the 18th and the 19th, so I may do some vlog footage of thrifting in a new town, and I'm going back to McKay's bookstore in Nashville, so I'm super pumped about that. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will continue to try and make videos that mean something, and maybe you can learn a thing or two. So take care.